Hello, Year 4. Today we'll be having our spelling list number 4. We're going to learn part 1. Now, spelling list 4, part 1. Our first word for today is related to this picture. Can you have a look at this picture? What is this fox doing? What is he doing? He's running, right? Is the fox heavy or light? He's very light. Foxes are known to be light animals, right? So he's running in a light way. So our first word for today is scampered. Scampered is a verb and it means to run quickly and lightly, as this fox is doing, right? So our first word for today is scampered and it is a verb. It's an action, right? And it means to run quickly and lightly. Let's see an example. The fox scampered up the hill to catch the chicken. The fox scampered up the hill to catch the chicken. As you can see here, we have the verb scampered, so we can use it in the past, in the present, in the future. It's the verb, so we can use it in any way. So our first word is scampered. It is a verb and it means to run quickly and lightly. Our second word for today is squeaky. Yes, squeaky. What is squeaky? Squeaky means it's a short, very high cry or sound. And what part of speech is it? It describes something, so it is an adjective. Let's see an example. He has a squeaky voice, and when he talks, people get annoyed. He has a squeaky voice, and when he talks, people get annoyed. As you can see, this picture, who knows this toy? The one that when you press on it, it makes all these squeaky sounds, right? It's very funny. So, what does squeaky mean? It means that a short, very high cry or sound. And what part of speech is it? It is an adjective. The example again, one more time. He has a squeaky voice, and when he talks, people get annoyed because usually squeaky voices are really annoying, right? Now our third word here is rusty. Who can guess what does rusty mean? Let's have a look at this picture and tell me, these tools, why do they look like that? They have this yellow brownish color, as if they are decayed. This metal is decayed. Yes, because they are rusty. Rusty is an adjective. Why? Because it describes the metal decay, something affected by rust, something affected by rust. And when metal is affected by rust, it becomes this yellow brownish color. So what does rusty mean, Miss Nahla? It means metal decay or affected by rust. Let's see the example. I pushed the rusty gate and scampered into the garden. As you can see here, the word rusty describes the gate. That's why it is an adjective. And as I've said before, rusty usually describes a metal. It describes a metal. So I pushed the rusty gate and scampered into the garden. Oh, Miss Nahla, look, we have the word scampered here, the one that we've just learned 2 minutes earlier. What does scampered mean? It means to run lightly and fast. Run fast and lightly. So now we've learned the word scampered, we've learned the word squeaky, and we've learned the word rusty. Now let's move to our next. Now, before I tell you our fourth word for today, I need you to have a look at this picture, at this very funny dog. Okay, so what is he doing? Yeah, he looks grumpy. He's looking at us in a grumpy way, right? He's grumpily looking at us. He's mad, he's annoyed. I don't know what's wrong with him, right? So our last word for today is grumpy. Grumpy, because this dog is grumpily looking at us. Now, the word grumpy, what does it describe? It describes looking. It describes the verb. So it is an adverb. So what does grumpy mean? It means in a slightly annoyed and complaining way. Seems like this dog is grumpy looking at us because he doesn't like the hat he's wearing. It's a bit silly, I think, right? So what does grumpy mean? It means in a slightly annoyed and complaining way. And what part of speech is the word grumpy? It is an adverb because it describes a verb. Let's see the example. The phone rang a little before 8 a.m., so I grumpily picked it up. Of course, it's very annoying to get phone calls before 8 a.m., right? So definitely you'd be grumpy. So what happened here in the example? The phone rang a little before 8 a.m., so I grumpily picked it up. Grumpily here describes the verb picked, right? This is why it is an adverb. Now let's answer this exercise to make sure that you fully understood the four terms. What are the four terms one more time? Squeaky, scampered, grumpy, and rusty. Number 1, the kitten paced around the kitchen chasing a ball. This is very easy. The kitten did something here. Actually, it's the only verb available here between brackets. And the kitten is a light animal. So she's doing light things that need light movement. So, what do you think our answer is? Yes, it is scampered. The kitten scampered around the kitchen chasing a ball. Number 2, I heard the mouse's pace sounds in the cupboard. Now, mice are known to have this very special sound. What do we call the voice or the sounds of mice? Yes, squeaky. So, number 2's answer is I heard the mouse's squeaky sounds in the cupboard. Number 3, there was a pile of space old cans by the door. Now we're searching here for a word that describes the word cans, right? Cans are metal, so which word do you think we will use? Rusty. Excellent. There was a pile of rusty old cans by the door. Number 4, my lunchbox fell on the floor during snack time, so I picked it up. Now this is very easy. Imagine how would you feel if your lunchbox fell on the floor during your snack time? You would be grumpy, right? So how would you pick it up? You would grumpily pick it up. So my lunchbox fell on the floor during snack time, so I grumpily picked it up. Thank you, Year 4.